This is Pet Life Radio. Let's talk pets.
Welcome to Covered in Pet Hair, a boozy web show for pet lovers on Pet Life Radio. I'm your host, Isabel Alvarez-Arada, and today I have the pleasure of having a drink and a chat with the two crazy cat ladies. I'll tell you all about them and introduce you as soon as we come back from these messages from our sponsors.
Molly, here's your dinner. Zeus, that's not your food.
Don't let that happen to your precious cat. Elevate your cat's eating experience with the Cat Tree Tray. The Cat Tree Tray keeps your cat's food off the floor and conveniently located on the cat tree. It's the perfect way to eat. It's a beautiful wrought iron tray that easily attaches to your cat tree and keeps dogs and other critters out of your cat's dish. A must for multi-pet households. There's a 6-inch tray for large bowls and a 4-inch tray for smaller bowls. Purchase your Cat Tree Tray today. Go right now to cattreetray.com. That's cattreetray.com. cattreetray.com.
Let's Talk Pets on PetLifeRadio.com.
Welcome back to Covered in Pet Hair. I'm your host, Isabel Alvarez-Arada, and today I have the pleasure of having a drink and a chat with pet parents, cat advocates, social media influencers, even though they cringe when you refer to them as such. They are bloggers, entrepreneurs, adventure seekers, wine snobs, foodies. They love their coffee and their tea. They're originally from Tennessee and currently live in Las Vegas. They are world travelers and married to each other. They are cat moms to Oliver Twist, Pooh Bear, Zorro, Girl Friday, Jack, and Madison. They're hosts of the Back in the Closet podcast, owners of Feline Essential, a line of natural cat supplements. And they are not just any crazy cat ladies. They are the two crazy cat ladies, Jay Kennedy and Adrienne Lefebvre. Welcome, Jay and Adrienne. It's so good to have you on the show.
Wow. Where have you been our whole life, right?
I am so excited to meet two crazy pet boozy ladies just like me.
Yes, I know.
It's
We
so
are
exciting.
equally excited. So excited to meet you as well.
It's long
Thank
overdue.
you.
I don't
Yes.
know where you've been your whole life. This is
I know, same, because I'm looking at your little wine shelf there and I'm inviting myself over to Vegas soon when it's safe to do so.
Bring it.
We're ready for you.
We'll do a live Covered in Pet Hair and maybe you'll invite me into the closet where you drink wine with cats.
Yes, we will. And when you come to our house with our 6 beautiful babies, you will be covered in cat hair.
Yes.
Oh, absolutely. I imagine that you guys, you know, what's really funny is actually I was going to have a different drink, but I didn't have all the ingredients. And the drink that I was going to have that I really wanted to have was actually called a lint roller.
What is that? And how do we not know about this?
Okay, so it's got some, I think it's tequila based. I can't remember. But anyway, it's like, it looks kind of light colored, kind of clear. And then you put shaved coconut on the top, which is supposed to be like the fuzz, the hair. And it's a super cute drink, but I didn't have all the ingredients. I didn't have the shaved coconut.
When you come to Vegas, that will be our drink.
Yes.
That will be our drink.
Not shaved coconut.
Yes.
Yes, I will bring it in my suitcase. Well, before we go any further, let me introduce our drinking game so that those that are imbibing at home can join us. Anytime you hear this word.
The secret word is Vegas.
Friends, family, audience, cat people, dog people, whomever's watching, make sure you take a drink of whatever you're enjoying, but please be sure you're over 21 in the US to partake. Never drink and drive and always drink responsibly. So tell me, ladies who are not drinking wine tonight, even though you do enjoy it, what are you guys having?
We're doing something totally basic tonight. We wanted to do like whatever, and then the day got away from us.
And we didn't get any more wine. See, the problem is all of these bottles
are empty.
because we used to keep all of our wine in here, but we can't actually keep wine in the house. So we have to, because we drink it. So we have to go out and purchase it, which we didn't have time because we built a catio today.
Yes, we did.
Another one? Or you have like so many cat accessories and accoutrement in your house. So this is a new catio apart from all like the little shelves and little houses and the hanging things that I see on your TikTok.
Correct. Right. It is the outside patio for cats.
Yes.
That we built today. Yes.
Yeah.
So
and we're celebrating with
Tito
vodka
soda
and soda.
Very good. Well, cheers to you guys. I am having a sangria because I wanted a cocktail, but I know you love wine, so I was trying to do this in honor of you guys. Cheers.
Thank you for bringing the wine. It needs to be brought for sure.
Thank you very much.
Cheers. And I actually have the same issue about keeping wine in the house, except for these bottles, which are bottles of very cheap wine that I probably wouldn't drink.
Oh, see, after like the first 3 glasses, I don't care what the cost of
3 glasses or 3 bottles.
I'm like, open it up. I don't care. So we tried it. Yeah, we tried the cheap thing here, and then it was like,
it's not worth it.
Yeah, no, you know what? In a pinch, these will definitely get used. I mean, this is like, put your mask on first, guys. I'm a mom, so like, these will definitely get their day. But for now, it's sangria. And I will say this is a semi-homemade recipe where I buy like the bottle of sangria from Costco and then I add vodka and brandy to it. I feel like I need a little more, but it's a good thing that I didn't put too much tonight because this is my second glass and I have a feeling that I will be imbibing with you two and I don't want to get too messy.
No, you can get as messy as you want with us. We're totally fine with it.
Jay has this little thing that she does after we've had like a long day of like live videos or something. Some of our VIPs will actually be like, oh, watch Jay's eyes. She's half masked. She's half masked.
They call it half masked.
Only a matter of time before she just slides right off her chair. I mean, some of the best moments and some of the worst moments happen. But yeah.
But it's usually with wine. I'm safer. I'm safer at like finishing sentences with vodka.
Usually. Yeah.
Wow, that's interesting. So recently I had an interview with Dale Ward, who I fell in love with. She's a dog trainer and she wrote a book. And my husband misread the ingredients for the drink or the measurements for the drink. And I had like a highball, right? And I'm like halfway through the highball and I'm slurring my words. And I'm like, I mean, I can handle some drinks, right? And I go downstairs after the show and luckily Dale was like such a good sport. She was like totally fine. She was not outraged, but I was like slurring. And I go downstairs and I was like, Chris, what is in this? This is so strong. And he's like, yeah, about that. He had like made like a drink out of what should have been like 6 shot glasses.
Oh my.
So I had 3 shots by the time the show wrapped for the actual show. And then for last call, I was just like,
Whoopsie daisy.
That's the best.
So he did do it on purpose.
No. Like it was like once, I guess he was having like some leftover of it. And he was like, this is really strong. And he like went to look at the recipe and he's like, yeah, I totally overserved her. And then I said, like, I asked him the same thing. I was like, you wouldn't overserve me on purpose. He's like, no. He's like so proper. He's like, I would never do that. That is not okay. Nobody should ever overserve somebody on purpose. I'm like, no, I get it. I believe you. I believe you. He's a good guy. He would never do that. But it's true. I asked him the same thing. I was like, Chris, we need to have a conversation about this. All right. Well, I always introduce this show with a game. And our game today, our first game, is going to be a drinking game. Well, I mean, because you guys are boozy and I got like somebody told me, obviously, my girlfriends, your fellow crazy cat ladies told me that you're boozy. So
yes, we are.
Rita and Linda from 19 Cats and Counting.
Yes.
That's how they told me about you guys and they told me you were boozy. So let's play a drinking game. This is 2 Truths and a Lie. I'm sure you've played this game before.
Okay. All right. I don't know that we've actually played it, but I see it all the time. Like we hear about it all the time.
Okay, so this is boozy edition. So 2 Truths and a Lie, boozy edition. And it is basically, I'm going to start it because I had obviously time to think about these things to give you an idea of what I'm after. And then you're each going to take a turn giving us, the other person and me, 2 truths and a lie. And we'll decide which one is the lie. You ready to
Okay.
play?
Okay,
Yes.
I'm ready.
All right, here's my boozy truths and lies. My go-to bar drink is a gin and tonic. I always pair pizza with beer. My favorite wines tend to be from Spain. Where's the lie?
Ooh. I'm going to go with the pizza beer thing.
I was going to go with the pizza and beer.
You're so right. How could you pair pizza and beer? It's pizza and wine.
Yes, exactly.
Very good. All right, who wants to go next?
Okay, me. This is okay on the spot. Christmas is my favorite holiday. I lived in France, and I'm trying to think of another truth.
Don't give it away.
Sorry.
It's not.
Okay,
how-
so you did not live in France.
No, I did.
You did. So you don't actually love Christmas?
No, I do. I was actually thinking of a lie.
See, that's what I'm saying. Like, that was the lie.
It was the lie.
I'm thinking of another truth.
Oh.
I don't think you know how to play this game.
Well, no, I was.
That was actually pretty good.
I was trying to think of a lie, but it took so long. I was like, I'm trying to think of another truth.
Perfect. That's actually pretty good. You got me.
Right?
She's,
There you
yeah,
go.
she's,
That was sneaky. I like that actually.
Yeah. was.
I didn't mean to, but yeah. I was put on the spot. There you go.
So what is your favorite holiday?
Christmas.
Christmas is your favorite
Well,
holiday.
I would say Christmas
those
and
were two
Halloween are
truths.
probably
Yeah.
They're the two truths. The lie was that I was trying to think.
There
of
was
another-
no lie. Yes.
Yeah. But
You're gonna have to work
Halloween
on
and Christmas are both.
Halloween and Christmas, same. I love it. I love both.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm,
Decoration.
The decorations, right? I mean, like I decorate for Thanksgiving, like fall, and it's like it's cute, but
Yeah.
Meh. Meh.
meh. Yeah. All right, it's Adrian's turn.
So, in my past life, I was a welder. In my past life, I actually did a semester of cheerleading. And in my past life, I played the violin.
Do you mean past life as in not this life?
Well, it's this life, but before being a crazy cat lady.
Got it. Because I was like, ooh, she was a welder in a past life. Like, who did she talk to? How do I know what I was in my past life? I don't think I was a welder. I'll tell you that.
Me.
Gosh, welder is really specific. So I'm going to say that that's a truth. Cheerleader. I feel like I can see a little cheerleading energy there. All right. What was the last one?
What was the last?
Oh, I played the violin.
I feel like you played an instrument, but it wasn't the violin. That's the lie.
Ooh, the cheerleader is the lie.
Oh my gosh, but you have such a good energy for cheerleading.
I would be awesome with some pom-poms. It just never, materialized for me. It's something about the skirt. I can't do the skirt.
Neither. I mean, I'm a pretty upbeat person, but yeah, I mean, I was a little chunky in high school. I wasn't putting that on.
Yeah. I don't think, no, not the cheerleading thing. But no, she's actually a classically trained violinist since she was 3 years old. She's an
True.
amazing
Well,
violinist.
amazing is
Yeah.
pushing it.
Well,
pushing it.
it's
But I
coming
do
from
love the
me.
violin.
But yeah.
Oh my gosh. So my son loves music and I want to put him in some kind of music, but I was like, he's only 4, but you started at 3?
Yes. Oh my gosh. I got a great resource for you. Online, from anywhere. One of my best friends, who's an incredible teacher that I played with for years and years. She has this online whole thing. We'll talk.
Yes,
But
please,
it's
please.
incredible.
Oh my gosh, this is the universe putting
Called
things
music.
together. Yes, because I
Yeah.
literally this week was like, I need to find something that he can do anywhere that is COVID friendly. You know,
Yes.
Yes.
Muse. I'll
Yes.
send you all the info.
amazing, 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 amazing. Okay, so I was listening to your podcast, watching your videos on all over social media, and I believe you said at some point that you've known each other for 20 plus years.
Yes.
20 years. I met her
Um,
before she could responsibly drink.
That's true. Yeah.
Okay, how did you meet? High school?
No.
No.
I love that you asked that though. She was actually just a little bit shy of 21 when I met her.
Oh, so
So-
college.
Yeah. Well,
Well-
actually, no. We met through a mutual
We were
friend.
both dropouts of college.
Yeah, the first time around.
Yeah.
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 And then, oh my goodness, my leg is asleep because this beautiful baby.
He's like a sack of
Listen,
potatoes.
those supplements are doing something right because that
What?
cat.
Oh, sweetheart. He's just gorgeous. My love.
I am
Okay.
not a veterinarian, but if I were, I'd be like, look at those bright eyes and that healthy fur.
I
Yes.
love my
Yes.
boy with his beautiful glow balls. So yeah, we did meet. Jay was 20. I was
Mhm.
25. And we both were not in college at the time. We met through a mutual friend, and we were best buds for a few years.
Like 2 years.
Until Jay was like, hey, do you want to go out sometime?
I was like, it makes sense for us to like,
We should be together.
we should probably be together. That makes sense.
It was very
She was like-
romantic.
I mean, it sounds like Sex in the City when Trey, I think was his name. Did you guys watch Sex in the City? And Charlotte's like patting his hand and she's like, we should get married. And he's like, alrighty then.
Yep. Yes. Yes.
No, this was
That's
way
kind
more-
of how it went.
It was way more fun than that, though. It was way more fun than
That
that.
is so fun to like known each other as friends and then become a couple. I love that. How long have you been married?
Married 6 years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Together in
18. Together
for
18.
18.
Was
Yeah.
the wedding like a big affair or it was like a fun
was.
Vegas thing?
Well, it's a big affair for
wasn't-
us.
It was a lot bigger than I had like when I proposed. I really thought that if she even said yes, it would probably be just like a tiny little at the courthouse or like up in the mountains because we were big hikers and campers and stuff. So we thought like we'd probably just go. She was like, no, I want a full-on wedding. So we had like a full-on wedding on the lake here in our community. Yeah, it
Bridal
was
parties. The
bridal
whole
parties. Like people flew in from
Open
everywhere.
bar, open bar,
Of course.
It was a big to do. Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Best
I mean,
of my
was it like a whole Vegas weekend?
It was, well, for our parties, it was.
for our bridal parties.
I mean, we
yeah.
already lived here, so it wasn't like but they stayed at the casino resort and and everybody we had like the whole like traditional,
Yeah.
I guess you'd say.
I mean, we had
traditional.
our rehearsal dinner here. It was very, I don't know, compared to people think about big weddings. We had,
Oh yeah,
you know,
no, it wasn't
less
like
than
a
100
$50,000.
people, and it was a very
Yeah.
intimate yet.
Less than 100 people is perfect. So
Yeah.
I've had 2 weddings and both of them were less than 100 people and they were very nice.
Very perfect, right?
You get
We're
to
not
see people and hang out, and
You
it's
get to-
a,
yeah.
Yes.
actually party, actually,
actually
Yes.
catch up and
Yes.
enjoy.
yeah.
So
Enjoy the-
I got married to Chris in Miami, which is also like a party town. And it was like the best weekend because it was like partying in your town with the people who don't live there.
Right.
And like getting to like show them all the things that you love about where you live. Yeah.
Yes, yes.
That's
My
beautiful.
sister hosted our bachelorette party. We did it together at the Paris Hotel in Las Vegas,
Ooh.
like top floor, like huge suite,
The
open
Paris?
bar.
The Palms.
The Palms, not the Paris. What is the Paris? Is the Paris? No, the Paris. Yeah. I'm like, what
The
is
one that has the Paris, the Eiffel Tower. What is that one?
Yes,
I don't
yes.
remember.
The
We're
Palms.
very good at Vegas.
The Palms is right. The Palms. We've only lived here 16 years. The Palms is like the party, or was at least like the big party hotel, right? Casino.
Nice.
She
So-
had this huge room. Like there was a
There was a
dancing
stripper
pole
pole
in the shower.
In the shower.
In the shower. That's like,
Right?
Shower.
Like talk about slip and fall risk. People, please.
okay. So I, as a former business owner, I'm like red flags. Insurance
Right.
did not
That was not
okay
approved.
that. That was not approved. No. Mm-mm. Alcohol, Vegas, slippery. Oh my goodness.
right.
Cracked
Right.
heads left and right. Oh my God.
We survived though, and so did most all of our guests.
Most of them, yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Awesome.
One of them
Well,
was
that's
taken
good.
for a small bit of time because she didn't know what year it was or who the president was. But
Right.
everything is fine now. Everyone's okay.
Happened to be my niece.
Every-
Yes.
Everyone's okay.
Yeah. It was a thing.
You know, I mean, you got to start somewhere. We've all been there. You don't
Yeah.
always learn. You don't know how to handle your liquor until you get a few practice runs, right?
Right. Exactly.
Right.
Yeah.
You got to learn the bumpers. You're right. You got to.
And the president.
Right.
And you always have to remember I mean, you know what? Sometimes it's not worth remembering who the president is anyway.
Let
it go.
Depends on,
Depends on the administration. That's the DC person in me talking. All right. So I want to know about your podcast because I love your podcast. Apparently Adrienne doesn't know any way, like how it works, what happens. She just like shows up, shares her like enthusiasm, and then it just magically appears on Apple Podcasts. But tell me what inspired you guys to like start the podcast?
That's all
You
your
know,
fault.
it's really interesting. We went on a trip to San Diego in 2019, and it was like our first like getaway since we
Years.
became entrepreneurs, right? We're like, let's spend like 5 days on the beach, like just relaxing and then kind of rejuvenating and
like center up,
and like think about what other things can we do. And podcast came to mind, and we took a bike ride on these little beach cruisers, and we went down the beach and we found a place to eat, and we sat down and we took notes, and we were like, what should we do and how should we do it? And we were like, where would we record a podcast? And Adrienne was actually she has a degree in
journalism
and media studies.
Like, what is your degree in?
Like, what's your degree in? And media studies. So she did a lot of like she worked for CBS and did a lot of like the sound and the lighting and the cameras and stuff like that.
Cool.
And so she's like, the only place in our house that would really be good for the sound, I think, would be our closet. And she was like, let's call it Back in the Closet. And I was like, that's hilarious.
Funny, right? Like little double entendre.
I love it. Okay. So when I feel like people play it safe in the pet industry. You don't want to like ruffle any feathers or whatever, which is why, like, when I was like, am I really going to do like a boozy show where I interview people and like have drinks? Are people going to respond to that? Well, they do, but like most people play it safe. And when I went on your website doing my research and prep for this show, I was like, oh, look at that title. I love that title. And I actually, when I went on there, I wasn't sure if you guys were a couple or not. Like it was like kind of like starting my research on you. And I was like, oh yeah, they're a couple.
Yeah.
You know what? At first we were like, let's not talk about this because we don't want to make it like an LGBT kind of thing. We want it all to be about cats. So we don't really want to talk about us and our relationship that much and things like that. Like,
can I just tell you, when we were first, and because it is, we've been in the pet industry since 2005.
Yeah.
And you're
right.
It is a very play it safe and very serious. I mean, a lot of people come to us because they're going through something that's very difficult or challenging or painful. So there is that element. However, there was a time when we first started going live that I slipped up and called her baby. I was like, baby.
Slipped up. Oh no, the horror.
Right? And she was like, yeah, that can't happen again. Like, do not call me baby.
I was like frozen in time.
I was like, I didn't call you baby. She was like, let's play it back. Yes, you did.
Oh my gosh. Jay and I really are kindred spirits.
Yes.
Let's play it back.
Yep.
But really, as we've really come into this, the cat community is really such an incredibly compassionate, empathetic, beautiful place. And we've really just, it's always been, since we've known each other, we always used to call it editing, right? Like you would edit your life for certain groups of people or my acquaintances or my close friends or my family or whatever. And it's like, why can't we just live in truth, right? Let's just be who we are all the time. Like, wouldn't that be amazing? So it kind of has, it does take a little bit of time to kind of find your comfort zone, I guess, and just be real. But we leave every piece of content that we've ever made, however embarrassing or cringy it is, we leave it up because keeps us very humble.
Yeah.
And it's a great reminder that, transparency really is really important to us in all ways. So yeah, baby's not too upset about people knowing that
I just want to say that I look forward to the day where people don't have to edit themselves for any reason, especially because they love somebody, whomever they may be. So let's just put that out there. If you're watching, if you pray, let's pray for that. If you don't pray, then let's just put out the good vibes for that, because that should be a day that we can all enjoy no matter who we are. So what's funny is I did a little more digging and I kind of looked at the way that you describe the podcast, and you also describe it as having been closeted cat ladies. Like, you didn't really want to put your love of cat out there just too much. So tell me about that.
Oh, well, isn't everyone, like anyone that has, like one of our employees, she has 2 cats, and she was like totally scared to tell any of her friends, like how much she really adores her cats or how much she really spends on her cats or what she, how much time she spends with her cats.
How she cares for them, like the money that she spends. It's really like...
Yeah. And one of the main reasons that we called ourselves, that we decided to go with the name 2 Crazy Cat Ladies, is to own it. And we're like, being a crazy cat lady doesn't have to mean that you're this like old introverted wearing a robe, like
terrible stereotype.
Yeah.
We've yet to meet people that are truly like the stereotype of one or two, maybe, right?
Yeah.
But even they are beautiful people.
Oh, absolutely.
They don't deserve like the stereotype that they're.
Oh no.
They're given. It's like let's own it. Let's
Yeah.
address this stereotype,
And
shall we?
let's have our drinks and let's, be in front of our audience and show people that you don't have to be like some crazy, stereotype in order to really love your cats.
But
and I think that it has definitely brought out a lot more people that are like, okay, that's cool. I connect with that. I connect with like, I love my cats, and now I can own that I love my cats instead of, being scared about telling anybody.
Well, people are so proud to have dogs. And I'll be honest with you, there was that part of us that when our friends would be like, you guys are crazy cat ladies. We're like, no, we're not. Like, we would feel defensive in a way, right? All of our cats are rescues. They all came to us various ways. But I really do think that the bigger poverty is the fact that people can be proud AF of their dogs and their
posted on their stories,
all this stuff, and the dog parks and their sniff parks and their this and their that and their car rides and the cool stuff that they have for the car rides and what they're doing for their nails. And when they go get groomed, this is what they're getting done. There's not like a huge amount of resources out there for cats alone. Everything that you find, especially when it comes to the health part of it, are for cats. They'll be like for cats and dogs and maybe a parrot too. Like, who knows? But cats are a completely different species. They do deserve a specific focus. So yeah, we've evolved obviously in owning it, but it's exciting to just be crazy cat ladies. Yeah.
Do you think you guys are changing it? I do think it's changing. I feel like more people are embracing it. And I think it's good, like you said, to put like a different face to that like title, because I do remember from one of my past lives in this life, but like you said, past life before this. And I remember meeting the quintessential crazy cat lady, and she was always wearing a cat sweater and she had cats, a lot of them. And this was actually somebody that I met through a previous relationship. And that person actually was highly allergic to cats. So going to see this person was like torture for him. So we would only be able to stay for like a 30-minute, maybe 45-minute visit because he was highly allergic. Like,
right.
Yeah. But she was one of the kindest, most wonderful people I've ever met, who loved me immensely. And so to me, a crazy cat lady has always kind of been like that kind of like maternal figure that she was, and she was wonderful. But like, yeah, the people say it in such a derogatory way. And I actually think women get away with more in terms of cat stuff. Like a crazy cat guy, like that's a stigma right there.
Yeah.
That's true. That's true.
It is. But there are those that are breaking that too, like Nathan the cat lady, like
Sterling King Davis.
Yeah.
I mean, well, and you know what? The studies all show that women actually do appreciate a man that has a cat.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I get that you can always find like the guy that's gaming for 32 hours a day with his cat in his lap. Like, sure, there's always an outlier. I don't know. But
yeah, we don't like that guy.
Right. As far as cats go, I really think that the issue comes from the negative stereotypes that cats have as being aloof or mean or just downright
or evil.
Yeah. Evil. Better than the swear word I was about to use. When they're really just misunderstood because people think that they're small dogs. Like, why isn't my cat happy to see me when I get home? Why is my cat right? Like, why doesn't my cat come when I call him? I want to have cuddle time. And so I think that there's this awareness that is that needs to happen for these beautiful babies to be able
for sure. One of my biggest pet peeves in general, and I have plenty, yes, and it's literally a pet peeve, is when people are like, I hate cats. And they say it like they're cool because they hate cats. I'm like, oh, okay, you hate cats? Well, because you've never met a cat that was cool. It's like you've never given cats a chance, because if you met the right cat, you would love cats.
Yes.
Because cats just not like you. Is that what it is? Because a cool cat is a cool cat. Like, you have no idea what you're missing when you say you don't like cats.
Yes, well, exactly. And one of my pet peeves is when they say, and a lot of them do, a lot of people, if they don't like cats, they say, oh, I'm allergic. And it's like, everybody's allergic to. I get that, like, there is an allergy that some people have to cats, but a lot of people will just say, I'm allergic to cats, instead of owning and being like, I don't understand cats.
I'm scared of cats.
Or I'm scared of cats. Like, don't say that you're allergic. Like, don't use that as an excuse.
Right.
Yeah. You're not allergic. You're not any more allergic to cats than you are to that fuzzy dog you bought. Like, come on.
Yes.
Let's see.
I have a dog that is kind of like a cat dog, cat, whatever you want to call him. His name is Radar, and he is a total cat. He sits at the back of like the couch. He wants to be on your lap all the time. He's gravitates to the people who don't really want him on their lap. Like, he's such a cat. And I'm more allergic to him than I am to most cats. So like, don't give me the you're allergic to cat nonsense.
Right.
But I have to take a break right now. I actually want to dig in deeper to all the reasons why cats rock and your TikTok videos rock. But we have to take this break. We'll be right back after these messages from our sponsors. Don't go anywhere.
Take a bite out of your competition. Advertise your business with an ad in Pet Life Radio podcasts and radio shows. There is no other pet-related media that is as large and reaches more pet parents and pet lovers than Pet Life Radio. With over 7 million monthly listeners, Pet Life Radio podcasts are available on all major podcast platforms, and our live radio stream goes out to over 250 million subscribers on iHeartRadio, Odyssey, TuneIn, Stitcher, and other streaming apps. For more information on how you can advertise on the #1 pet podcast and radio network, visit PetLifeRadio.com/advertise today.
Let's talk pets
Let's talk pets.
on Pet Life Radio.
Pet Life Radio.
PetLifeRadio.com.
Welcome back to Covered in Pet Hair. I'm your host, Isabel Alvarez-Arada, and today I'm having a blast with Jay and Adrienne, the two crazy cat ladies. Not just any crazy cat ladies. They are all over social media making waves and teaching people about cats while they're at it. And I want to play a second game with them. And this is called, inspired by their TikTok videos. This is called TikTok Cats Rock. And I'm going to do a quick fire challenge with you guys based on stuff I've learned from your TikTok videos. Are you guys ready to play?
This is so exciting. Yes, we're ready.
Because, I mean, you guys have such good content. I'm not going to have you teach us anything today. We're just going to talk about us and you and all the things. Because if people want to learn more about cats, just go follow them. They're all over the place and they're amazing. All right. Are we ready to play?
Let's
I think
go.
so.
Let's roll.
Let's do it. Okay. You guys can take turns. You guys can answer at the same time, whatever you want, but it has to be quick. Why do cats have whiskers?
Good question. Because it helps them be hunters. It helps them sense the world around them. It's like literally a sensory organ that's so important for them to have to protect themselves and to hunt.
Yes.
Ooh, a sensory organ. I love that.
Cat tip.
All right. How can you tell if your cat has a fever?
That was also your cat
That
tip.
was so.
It's not the nose.
It's not because of the nose. So you really want to take their temperature. You really actually want to take their temperature.
Yes.
To find out if they have it. Because a cat will have a warm and dry nose or a cold nose multiple times throughout the day, usually. So the nose is not the way to check.
Yes.
People think
And it's the same way for dogs. That's like some like old wives' tale. We got to move beyond that, guys. There is a rectal thermometer somewhere. Go buy it.
Correct.
Go get it.
It's like
Go get
stick a thermometer up their ass. There you
Exactly. There you go. There you go. No worries. There is no censorship on this show. I refuse to censor myself.
Oh no, I would have said a lot of bad words, but okay, go ahead.
You can curse if you want to. All right. Next one. Do cats need heartworm prevention?
So it depends on where you live. As far as heartworm prevention, cats are not the natural host of heartworm. So like dogs are. So it's actually pretty rare that cats can get heartworm. But if your cat is indoor and you don't live in an area with high mosquitoes that come into your house, then no, in our opinion, they don't need heartworm prevention.
That's right. I lived in Louisiana and I fostered a bunch of neonatal kittens, and the veterinarian there was like, absolutely 100% all cats have to be on heartworm preventative, because the biggest killer of all cats and dogs there was heartworm, unfortunately.
That's great.
Yeah, it was terrible to live there because mosquitoes love me, and they were all
Is there a state bird like it is in Arkansas? Because
they weren't huge. They really mean though. They like bit and they left a mark. Okay, next one. How often should you clean a cat tree?
Oh, this is as
how
often
often?
as your schedule allows. But so I think Jay's more OCD type A. I like to clean it whenever I notice that it really needs to be cleaned.
Which is like never. She doesn't notice a mess. She just doesn't notice a mess. But I would say as soon as you start to see cat hair. Start to clean it. Yes. And use a quiet brush.
Yeah, and you guys have to go on their TikTok video to see how they do it, which is brilliant. I never thought of doing that, but I'm going to leave them in suspense so they can go over there. All right. Why do cats follow their people into the toilet?
There's a couple of different reasons. Number one, I think that they recognize that is a very
vulnerable.
For cats, bathroom time is a very vulnerable time. So one of our cats will actually come in and he'll turn his back to us, which is a sign of trust from cats, and he'll stand and watch the door like he's guarding us, like he knows this is a vulnerable time
for us,
right? Because I mean, if your fire alarm went off, like, oh God,
my poop's halfway out.
But cats are little predatory beasties, but they're also prey. And so they know that bathroom time is a very vulnerable time for them. Our other cats, I think that they recognize that this is a very special, confined moment where they can get love-ins.
Yes.
So our Pooh Bear, for example, I will literally tell him when I'm getting ready to go to the bathroom because he loves to come up on the side of the bowl and just kind of sit there for a little while. That's his special time. He's kind of our introverted, more high-stress cat. So there's a couple of different reasons why cats may do this. It's also pheromones. I'm going to say this. I don't care if people get grossed out, but pheromones are a thing. So a bathroom is a place where your pheromone, like it or not, are kind of concentrated, right? You're pulling your pants down.
It's
maybe,
a small.
Okay, I was like, wait, do we excrete pheromones when we poo? But now I understand what you're saying.
Right. So for the longest time, and we have a bunch of videos. I wish we should have posted some of those in the cat tip, where they literally want to crawl into your pants while you're sitting in the bathroom because scent is so important for cats. So it's this bonding moment in a way. So there are a number of reasons, but I do think one of the biggest is because cats recognize that bathroom time is vulnerable and they're there to protect us.
Yes.
Yes, you know what's funny? My dog, cat, whatever you want to call him, Radar, he goes into the bathroom with me, but only when my husband's traveling. And it's probably to be like, if she goes, I don't get fed. So I must sit here and make sure she does not get into trouble.
Everything comes out okay.
Yes, I need to get fed. I need my crunchies at the end of the day. All right. How much poop is too much poop for a cat, since we're on the topic of poop?
Since we're on the topic of poop.
We love that. So a cat's digestive system is usually about a 24-hour situation.
Yeah.
So if you notice that your cat
12 to 24 hours.
12 to 24 hours. So you should expect to see your cat's poo about once every 24 hours.
Ew.
Now, I will say our cats are on a fully balanced raw food diet, and I'll notice that actually goes a little bit longer than 24 hours because I think that food is more bioavailable to them and their body is using, there's actually less waste. Yep. It's less stinky waste as well.
Yes.
Sometimes, although Jack just had a
doozy.
Right. So 12 to 24 hours. If you notice that it's runny stool, a cat's poo should look like a nice, slightly firm little Tootsie Roll, right? So if we're noticing like a puddle of poo or something like that, then we're going to want to make sure we get them in for their wellness exams, that sort of thing, and make sure everything's going on.
Yeah.
Fine.
Checked out.
A puddle is what we would refer to as a situation.
That is a situation.
I am totally using that.
Can we put that on a t-shirt?
A situation.
Yes. Put it on a t-shirt. I want one of those t-shirts.
Hashtag covered in pet hair.
Don't credit me. Well, I mean, you can credit me now, but it was actually something I learned from a colleague ages ago when I was in hospitality. And he was like, so you had a situation. And I was like, oh my gosh, that is brilliant. Why is nobody using that? So yes.
I love it.
We were obviously close enough to discuss that. So here we go. The next one is, do cats like change?
You know what? It really depends on the cat. So every cat is different. Our cats tend to really like change, but there are many cats. Well, actually, we have one cat that doesn't like change at all. Like even moving furniture doesn't like change. They don't necessarily, for the most part, cats don't like to be moved out of their place, their home. They don't like that type of change. But yeah, some cats, these are little ones, are 4 young ones. Anytime we move a piece of furniture, they are very excited. They are like, what are we doing? And they want to get all over it like it's a brand new cat tree that we just moved from, this room to that room. But other cats are a lot more anxious when it comes to change.
Right, which makes it really important for us to try to really understand our cats' personalities. Cats are individuals just like people are. I'm more of an introvert. Jay's more of an extrovert. I don't mind hugs. She has a big bubble. Like, as you get to know people, it's equally equally important when it comes to our cats. So being considerate of that when it comes to change is very helpful.
Yeah.
Routine is something that all cats kind of
Yes.
really love because it helps de-stress them. They know when their food's coming, when their litter's going to be changed, all that sort of thing.
Yes.
So routine is important.
Yes.
I share that with cats. I like routine myself.
I-
Laser toys for cats, yay or nay?
Oh, so okay, so
They're a
cats
yay
absolutely,
slash.
yeah, it's a yay slash. So cats absolutely, or our cats especially, really love the laser toy. It's absolutely great, but it does leave them because they are predators. It does leave them a little frustrated when they can't physically catch something. So we always say follow that up. Like if you want to, they can run around, get all that energy out, but follow it up with a wand toy or something they can physically catch. So it brings them through that prey sequence as they, as their feline instincts tell them to do.
Right. I think a lot of us humans think it's so freaking fun to watch them chase the laser dot all over the place. And then they're like, oh, squirrel, I got a notification on my phone. And they just leave their cat
And
hanging.
the cats are like,
When they're not realizing that what their cat is doing is exercising their feline instincts of hunting.
Yeah.
Right. So when it just disappears, it's like, what happened?
it's
Right?
like, yeah.
So
It's
follow
like,
it up
it's
with
like
some
blue
intangibles.
balls.
Follow it up with, follow it up with a meal or a treat.
Yes.
You said
Yes.
blue balls.
I said blue
I don't
balls.
even think she really knows what that is.
I don't.
Yeah, that's a first. I've definitely never discussed blue balls here on this show, but we did talk about Jingle Bell testicle replacements on my first show. So we're not that far off.
Okay.
Yeah, definitely don't leave the cat hanging. Don't be a tease.
Right.
Yeah.
How can one tell if cats are playing or if they're fighting?
Body language.
Yes.
Body language. So when a cat is feeling super defensive or afraid, when they feel like they really need to protect themselves, oftentimes you'll see that the big sign is obviously their hair will fluff up. They're trying to make themselves
Their
appear
ears.
bigger than they are. Their tail will be down. Their ears will be back. Their whiskers will be back. They're trying to make themselves like they're freaking out a little bit. When they're playing, their body language is sometimes you'll see like an excited little swishy tail. Their whiskers will be forward. They'll still vocalize. Sometimes they'll vocalize. A lot of people are like, oh my God, I don't know what's going on. The hissing thing, if you notice that your cat is hissing, that's a very defensive behavior. So if that's happening, we want to kind of intervene, do a little distraction. Never yell at cats. Don't try to punish them if there is a little tiff going on. They don't understand punishment. So what we want to do is distract that behavior and kind of get that energy out in a different way and kind of separate them.
Yeah.
But their body language is really something that's fascinating to watch. I know our Black Panthers, you can't see the one on my lap right now, but they're a sibling set and they will tear it up from time to time.
Yeah.
And sometimes, you don't
they'll
know.
even let out a little
Take
hiss.
it too far.
But in a little hiss is like, you got to know your cats, right? So we stand back and we're like, let them do their thing because
Right.
they're gonna roll. They're gonna,
Tussle.
yeah.
But if you see
Hounds
claws
a
come
lot.
out, then we know that one of them is kind of pushing the envelope and it's like,
Got
hey
it.
guys, let's
Distract.
go find something else.
That's what I do with my kids too. Usually it's like giggle, 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 wah! And then I'm like, okay, let's how about we have a snack or whatever it is that I'm using as a distraction. So yeah, I am all too familiar with this. The last one is, why are cats so rude to guests sometimes?
Smell is something that's huge. I think
Yeah.
that's one of the biggest things. And a lot of
Because
times
the guests smell. Is that why?
right, they're a bit whiffy.
They're a bit whiffy.
They're a bit whiffy.
Sometimes your guests are a bit whiffy. No, I mean, cats can be very territorial to their humans or their home, right? And so if they don't know, if they're just used to, because we have a couple COVID babies is what we call them, that we adopted during COVID in 2020, and they are super scared of people. But some other cats, instead of showing their fear through running and hiding, they will show their fear through aggression. And so they'll be a little bit more mean to the people that come in. And then you have to make a chance for your cats to build a relationship with whoever's coming into your house. And hopefully it's not like always a stranger.
Well,
Right. And I'm
Go ahead.
sorry to interrupt you. Really quick question. The smellier their pets probably are, like if they smell like a dog or another cat or something, that might make them even more uncomfortable.
Oh, absolutely.
You're exactly right.
Yes.
That was basically what I was going to piggyback.
Oh, okay.
They're bringing in new smells all at once. And a lot of times I know that guests will come into your home and you're like, oh my gosh, look at the cats. And they'll go for them. Right. And the cats are like, ooh, hold up. Wait a minute. Like you've got to kind of help your guests understand that, cats are not like dogs. Cats are not dogs.
I mean, some of them are. He's a puppy cat.
Zorro is a puppy cat, but it is really important to kind of just have like a mutual respect, especially if you have a friend coming over. Most of our friends are pet owners themselves. So there are going to be new smells that come into the home. And that's one of the, you think about behavioral issues with cats. A lot of times there's behavior going on in the home. People don't understand why it's happening. And it's because there's a new stray cat that's outside that you track in their scent. And they're like, I smell them. Something's going on. Someone's here. What's happening? Right. It gives them this anxiety. So just recognizing kind of the basic instincts, not just that they're not being mean. They instinctively understand that they are prey at all times. Right. So they're very defensive. So that aggression is fear. The hissing is defensive. They're being protective. So just having a general consideration of the species that we are hanging out with is helpful.
Yeah. I love that. Anytime there's like a talk about respecting boundaries for any of the species we interact with is a good talk. So definitely respect their boundaries. If they seem like they don't want to say hi, just don't say hi. Just like me. If you see me one day and I look like I have resting bitch face and it's not the good time to say hello, don't say hello. That's it.
Right.
That's simple.
That's simple. Sometimes you see people, and you're like, oh, it's not a good time to say hi to her at the grocery store. And that's the same thing with cats. All right. So you guys have a line of natural cat supplements. So tell me about this line. Obviously, your cats look healthy as hell. So tell me about it.
Yeah. So we started in pet nutrition back in 2005 with my family business. And they were, they sold a line of supplements for pets, which meant that it was for dogs. Right. And so it was predominantly, I mean, there was maybe one or two cat customers here and there, but we learned a lot in the industry, learning about the power of supplementation and how it can help to add to diets and the pet food industry, and learning a bit about like what ingredients are and what ingredients mean and things like that. But when we had a question about one of our cats, nobody had an answer. And so in 2015, we branched off and started our business as Two Crazy Cat Ladies to be a resource that and our motto is learn, share, and grow, because we're still learning so much all the time. But it's let's be a resource for cat parents, because we cannot find anywhere. We cannot find anyone anywhere. And
the beautiful thing is that, we had the privilege of working with a holistic animal scientist that entire time in 2005. And he turned out to be an incredible cat rescuer. He has rescued cats. The catio he has in his yard would blow your mind. He's a big cat lover. And he has said for a number of his clients, he really wanted to help make some products that for a cat, no one wanted to do it.
And he was already doing this. So he was already making for the cats that he was rescuing, he was making holistic products to help them from everything from like the common cold to feline leukemia and arthritis and everything, and urinary tract infections, everything in between. And he was like, and when we reached out to him, he was like, yeah, I already have so much that I could offer you if you want to, start reaching out to the cat community. So we were like, yeah. So we started our line of products called Feline Essential. And we were like, let's be that resource, because everybody, we were always buying products that were for pets, dogs, with dogs in mind is basically what they were, they're made with dogs in mind. So it's like a big wafer. It's a big treat.
And you have to figure out how
can I get my cat to even eat this? And is it actually doing the same thing for my cat that it does for your dog? Right. And so we started
all of our products, we call it non-traumatic, right? We're big advocates of our cats having a moisture-rich diet. So all of our products are an easy addition into wet food. So it's non-traumatic. It's not like you've got to try to pill them with something or syringe them. Obviously, there are times when you may want to do that, but it's an easy addition, easily absorbable. We just all of our products are made with cats in mind, with their mentalities in mind, and trying to make it as easy as possible for them to be as healthy as possible.
Yes, I think that's probably one of the reasons you don't see a lot of people supplementing and you don't see a lot of products for supplementation, is because people are always like, well, my cat won't eat it. My cat won't take it.
Yeah.
And nobody wants to spend the money on something that's just going to sit on the shelf. So, I mean, obviously you have to think of the cat and whether they're going to take it or not. So how many products do you have in this line right now?
We have a total of 12 different products and then several different kits as well. So, we've put stuff together, like certain, like say this product and this product work really well together if your cat has feline leukemia, or this product and this product work really well together if your cat has feline hyperesthesia or urinary tract infections, or, things like that. So we have, I don't know what the total, I think it's 25 now of everything if we're counting all the SKUs, but yeah, so it's pretty amazing. And everything's organic, everything's natural. It's really, ways to help cats, and cat parents, find an alternative to many of the scary medications out there.
Avoid a lot of the side effects, like medications and stuff like that. Wormers, those are really tough situations. They're very inconvenient for us humans. So we want a quick fix, and we don't recognize that a lot of those side effects we can be seeing down the road are going to break our hearts and really be horrible for our babies. So it's an exciting thing to see. We know that we're a niche market. We're not everyone's bag of beans, but
the money's in dogs, but we're not in it for the money.
But yeah,
now, I think the money's in dogs for now. I mean, we don't have dog cafes where people go pay money to like play with dogs. I mean, do we? I don't know. Maybe we do. But cat cafes are taking off. People are starting to see the beauty in cats. I don't think that they're always going to be a second class citizen to dogs. I don't think so.
I like your thinking.
No,
I really don't. I mean, my next pet I hope will be a cat. I mean, my husband and I are obsessed. We had those Fosters in Louisiana. We had to give them up because I was pregnant. We had 4 dogs. One of them was not cat friendly. So we adopted them actually to friends of the family so we kind of keep up with the cats, but they're not ours and we miss them and we love having cats. So definitely cats. If you haven't had a cat, you're missing out for sure. So how do you determine what new products you launch, what products are necessary? Where do you get your ideas for these products?
We really listen to our customers. So we listen to our following. Yeah. We listen to what it is that they want, that they need. In fact, we didn't have the flea product when we first started, and everybody was asking for a flea product. We were like, we have to come out with a flea product. We didn't have our calming supplement. And that was our number one question that we were getting is, do you have anything that will calm my cat down? It's very anxious. A cat that, doesn't like to go to the vet, that doesn't like to take car rides, all the, normal things. And so we work with our holistic animal scientists to create those as the need arrives.
Yeah. And I think it's exciting too, because I think a lot of people, especially when it comes to scaredy cats or high anxiety cats or cats that don't like car rides, they will turn to pharmaceuticals. Those pharmaceuticals just kind of, turn their cat into a shell of their former self. And they miss their cat because they're on this really high potency pharmaceutical. So it's exciting to have natural products that are not sedatives. They literally are taking the edge off of that stress. I mean, Jay has anxiety issues herself. So you're like, not me. I'm so chill.
This is why I envy you and my husband. I'm like, I wish I were more chill, but
yeah.
Then I just beat myself up for not being chill. So, I mean, that's.
Yes.
That's a sneak into my psyche.
Yeah, I'm telling you, sometimes I'm like, she's like, why are you so stressed? And I'm like, I think I'm stressing that I'm not actually stressed is what I think I'm stressing about not being stressed enough. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yes. I stress out about deadlines that I'm still meeting, but I'm stressed out about the potential for not meeting those deadlines. And I'm like,
yes.
Oh my God.
That doesn't make a lot of sense.
It doesn't, but yeah, every day of my life. Mm-hmm.
So is the cat calming solution human friendly?
Everybody asks that.
I don't think
it would touch yours. It doesn't really touch mine, but it works really great for our high anxiety cat.
It really does. It's been a game
awesome.
changer. But it's also a good reminder too that all of our products are made and sourced in the United States, and they're all human grade, which I think is something that we're very proud of.
Yeah.
But I also think it's really important for people, all pet parents, to know how important it is to know our sources, right? Yeah. Whether it's food, whether it's toys, whether it's supplements, very important to know those things.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's an industry that reaps so much reward, right? Like, what is it? Billions upon billions, 14 billion. I can't remember the amount of money that is spent annually on pets. So people try to get in and capitalize on that love of pet, but you don't want to put all of that stuff in your pet unless they're like you, where it's truly dedicated. So is your family business still around?
They are.
The one that you, yeah? Oh, cool.
They are. I mean, I think they're They are.
Just curious. I was just curious. Not trying to start family drama, just asking. All right. So any new plans on the horizon, 2022? What are we going to be seeing of the two crazy cat ladies?
So
2022 has a couple of big surprises coming. We're excited. We really, I'm gonna drop this hint right here.
Okay, I'm like a hint, right?
Right.
She's like making eyes at you, like, don't say too much.
Don't mess it up. Don't mess it up. We've got some really exciting things in the works. We've got some, I'll say, wow, she has given me the eyes.
Yes, she is. I see them. And the color of your eyes, Jay, like you cannot, like that is bright and clear from where I'm sitting.
Let me say this then. I think that we're so excited about when we find, like Jay just mentioned, we really listen to our community. We really want to be as present on our platform that we have in every way possible. Enrichment is a big thing. Our cat's health is a big thing. 2022 has some really exciting announcements that will help address both of those things.
Yes.
Ooh, very cool. I love it.
That was good. That was good.
Jeez. We'll talk offline.
I know. Oh my goodness. I know. I was like, I think she's approving of this so far. I was watching Jay as you were speaking to make sure that you didn't go too far.
Imagine if I had not
No, I would have gotten like some kind of like legal documents to be like, please remove XYZ.
Probably.
You don't have to do that, but tell us, how can my audience find out more about you? I'm sure most of them are very much aware of who you are, but if they aren't, where should they find you?
Okay. You can find us on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, all the Two Crazy Cat Ladies. You can go to our website at twocrazycatladies.com. That's TWO crazycatladies.com. And you can find our podcast on Apple, Spotify, YouTube, and all those other platforms where you listen to podcasts.
I love it. I love you guys. You guys are awesome. Here is a toast to you. Look at this. I probably should have replenished. Cheers to you guys and everything that is coming your way, which is going to be fantastic. Cheers.
Oh, we love you.
Thank you so much for having us here. This is amazing.
My absolute pleasure, for real. So I also want to propose a toast to my executive producer, Mark Winter, for making this show possible, and to our audience for checking us out on YouTube and on Pet Life Radio. Here's to you, and here's to a life covered in pet hair, because there's no better way to live. Cheers.
Cheers.
To learn more about Covered in Pet Hair, please visit coveredinpethair.com or petliferadio.com. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.
Let's Talk Pets, every week on demand, only on PetLifeRadio.com.